focused on helping the people that have no place to go. Others saying that the city needs to do more about fixing that issue in general and getting people off the streets. But of course, we've been getting a lot of that feedback, and we want to hear more of what you have to say. Head over to KIII 3 News and leave your comments below. John Thomas, Kristen.
Definitely. All right. Thank you so much, Stephen. New to our studios, doctors at University Hospital in San Antonio say 10 victims from Sunday's church shooting remain in critical condition this morning. 6 victims have been released from the hospital with minor gunshot wounds. 4 remain in serious condition, and the Bexar County Medical Examiner has performed an autopsy on the body of Devin Kelly. Those results are expected to be released later today.
From Clayburgh County, the pastor of the First Baptist Church in Kingsville is speaking out about the shooter's connection to his congregation. Pastor Jack Willoughby says Sunday's gunman attended the church for 2 months back in 2014. He also volunteered for Vacation Bible Study for 1 day. Willoughby says members of the congregation did not know the shooter on a personal level. To Goliad County, a Texas town created by former slaves along Cologne Creek, has a unique history. In
this special report, 3 News reporter Michael Gibson shows us how one small community there developed after the emancipation and mystery surrounding its name.
The ghost town of Cologne sits east of historic Goliad along Highway 59. It was founded in the 1870s by ex-slaves George Washington and James Smith. Here is Smith's metal headstone in the community cemetery. Now in 1863, President Lincoln had freed the slaves. But it would be 2 years before that actually happened in Texas. Washington and Smith gained their freedom and began a prosperous business hauling goods from the old port of Indianola over to Victoria. When they had enough money, they bought some 500 acres of land along Perdido Creek, which is right next to the present-day Coleto Creek Park and Reservoir. But the 2 men were only selling property to other blacks. No whites were allowed to buy here.
I believe it was a trust factor. Because being former slaves, they weren't actually sure who was for them, who was against them.
Jimmy Smith Moultrie is a descendant of one of those families who settled Cologne.
It's one of those kind of situations where it gives you goosebumps, you know, just to know that your forefathers, our forefathers, were a part of such a tremendous effort.
A community that was first known as the Colony, then Perdido, Centerville, Irish Station, and finally in 1898, it became Cologne.
Well, I was fascinated about Cologne, mainly because of the name of the town was the most unusual thing when I first looked at it. Did anybody